This is the headlines today, special presentation being brought to you live from Jantar Mantar. This is ground zero. This is where hundreds of people from all across the country have converged. You can see some of them behind me. They were telling me some have come from the Andaman, some have come from the northeast. That is the appeal of Anna Hazare's cry. No one would have imagined when the World Cup got over, India was still in a state of euphoria, that this movement against corruption would gather the sort of steam that it has. I have Swami Agnivesh, Arvind Kejriwal with me, and we've got the people who've come from different parts of the country. They feel very passionately against corruption. They want the government to move fast on the anti-corruption bill. I also want to introduce Malika Sarabhai. She's joining us from Ahmedabad. She's one of the founding members of this movement. And to give us the government's perspective, we've got Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, national spokesperson of the Congress party. It's really become a war of words between Anna Hazare on one side and the Prime Minister himself, both accusing each other of being obstinate and not moving fast enough. I want to first begin by asking Arvind Kejriwal about Anna Hazare's response to the Prime Minister's letter. Now you're essentially saying that you are prepared to talk to the Prime Minister and the government whenever they call, and you're now waiting for Dr. Singhvi and the government to reach out to you?
You see, yesterday we had been hearing, there's been no response from the government at all in the last few days. We've been hearing several accusations being made against Anna Hazare and against the movement. Number one, that Anna Hazare is being instigated by some people. This is an insult to his wisdom and to his intellect. He says he's a fiercely independent person. He's not a kid. He consults friends, but he takes his own decisions. How can you accuse Anna Hazare of being instigated by someone else? And how can you expect the government to stoop down to such level of starting accusing Anna Hazare of such things? Second thing is, the government said that there are no precedent. The government is misleading the nation. There are 7 laws in Maharashtra who have been drafted through joint committee. Then when 2 years back, 25,000 tribals came. At that time also the same Prime Minister set up a joint committee.
We'll take up each of those points one by one. The main accusation that you've responded to, and we want to hear from Abhishek Manu Singhvi, the point being made about how the government is trying to malign Anna Hazare and this movement of the people by casting aspersions on his character and by saying that Anna Hazare is a saffronite being led by the opposition. That Arvind Kejriwal is saying is utterly baseless. Dr. Singhvi.
You didn't hear me, Rahul, when I was trying to speak to you for the last 5 minutes. I am now hoping that you will hear and listen to me. You have to set some ground rules. Each and every person out there, 99% of them, perhaps have a view different, if not opposing my viewpoint. So if you have a group of 99 to 1, please give me adequate time. Please don't make it jingoistic or superficial, but please give me adequate time. That's my first condition. Secondly, please don't put words into my mouth, and I'll deal with the questions one by one.
Why don't you begin by answering the question that Arvind Kejriwal has made? The sense the government is trying to convey at this time is that Anna Hazare is doing this because he's got a vested interest and that he owes his allegiance to the saffron camp. That is something which is being denied. In fact, I don't know if you know, but Uma Bharti tried to come here today. Om Prakash Chautala tried to come here today. These activists sent all the politicians back. They're saying this is not a political movement, it's a people's movement.
That your silence is consent and give me adequate time. Secondly, let me clarify, I do not speak for the government. I hold no office in government. I speak for the Congress party. After these preliminaries, let me come to the point you are raising. I have personally, to my knowledge, directly or indirectly, never once suggested that Anna Hazare is anything less than a very respected, sincere person who deserves great respect. Apart from the fact that he is an aged, respected citizen of India, he is a great Gandhian. So the problem is piecemeal reporting and partially distorting by partial quotation. Anna Hazare is entitled to the greatest respect. I start with that. Equally, we cannot get to point 2 unless 2 people decide to move forward to clap hands. You can't clap unilaterally. If